ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुक्तपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So welcoming you all for this morning session of Bhagavad Gita, Sunday morning class. And today we have to start from verse, which number? 2.14. So this is very nice of Shraddha Mataji, should keep a track of what verse we have stopped in the last class. So we get an easy reference. 2.14. So please all of you Bhagavad Gita. We have completed 2.14, we have to start. Oh, very nice verse we have to start on this day. Chapter 2, verse number 14. मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय स्थितो उष्णस्तु कुतुकुदाः अगम आपैनो अनित्यस्य ताम सत्यतिक्षुः भरतः. Very, very important verse for all of us. I will say what is so great about this. Let's read the translation. Let's see who would like to read the translation. Yeah, read little louder.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course, are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. The arise from sense perception, kind of Bharta, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Yes. So, matra sparshasthu kaunteya. Matra. What is the word matra? Matra means what? Quantity. और एक मात्रा का मतलब क्या है?
What do you call it? The helping.
हाँ.
Helping.
जो मात्रा लिखते हैं ना हम लोग हिंदी में मात्रा लिखते हैं तो more important than that is मात्रा also means quantity. तो मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय. So what does this mean? कि सिर्फ just because you are evaluating this trouble, like for example, if someone says, Prabhuji, I am in great problem, I am in great trouble, and then you say, what, you are in great trouble, I am in a bigger trouble than you. Then how do you quantize who is in a greater trouble? How will you quantize? You may say your sadness is more. Dr. Sir will say, my sadness is more. Then I will say, my sadness is more. The people say, you all are nothing. My sadness is the most. So, if that happens, then who is going to judge? How is going to judge? So, this is what it is said. It is all sparsha. It is all sense perception. Like for example, now Janvi wants to buy a big car and she is not having a car. तो उसको क्या लगेगा? अरे, I'm just having a bicycle or a two-wheeler, scooty or something. I'm not having a big car. So she will always be cribbing about it. So what is the actual meaning? Why are you cribbing for what? Matra sparshasthu kaunteya sito ushna dukha dukkadaha sukha dukkadaha. What does this mean? It is like Sita and Ushna. That is like winter and summer. These problems what we face. What are the problems we face? What are the actual problems we face? We are all worried about only Adidevik, Adibhautik and Adhyatmik. We are interested and we are moving around in that problems only. What is Adidevik? What is Adidevik? The cause by natural calamities or like pandemics like corona and all those things. Now monkeypox. Latest monkeypox. Now what is going to happen after that monkeypox? What donkeypox is going to come? We don't know. So these are all Adidevik Klish. Then Adibhautik, caused by other living entities. It may be your brother, it may be your father, it may be your mother, it may be your relatives, it may be your friends, it may be your boss, it may be your colleague, it may be your neighbor, it may be your own son also. And last but not the least, if you don't have anybody troubling you, luckily, then don't worry, one mosquito will trouble you. So, Adi Bhautik problem is going to be there at any cost. And last but not the least, Adhyatmik. So, this point actually refers to an Adhyatmik level of understanding of problems. What is Adhyatmik? Who will make me understand what is Adhyatmik? Yes, Samrat Prabhu. What is Adhyatmik problem? Or Adhyatmik Klesh? Created by self. वो कैसा होता है? How you create by self? How do you create by self? Perceptions. Okay, perceptions. Wrong word. Hai. Jigar Prabhu, can you go and close the tap over there? Water is going wasted like anything over there. Outs.
It's not. Yesterday also I also tried.
It is said in Shastra, if you have a leaking tap in your house, Lakshmi gets drained out. So you should never have a leaking tap in your house. This is what Shastra says. Okay. Our James Bond has done something. He has closed it, finally. Okay, fine. Coming back to our class. Adhyatmik. Yes. What is Adhyatmik Klish? Yes.
Having more and more desires and
creating your own higher targets. The problem with human beings is, shanti se baith nahi sakte. Go and ask one small businessman, who is doing, let's say, 1 lakh rupees per month turnover. Go and ask him, are you satisfied? No, I want at least 1 crore turnover. Okay. You go and ask someone who is doing a 1 crore turnover. Are you happy? No, I'm happy, but कहाँ प्रभु जी, मेरे साथ वाले सब आगे निकल गए. To be in that race, I want a 10 crore turnover. You go and ask some 10 crore turnover person, he will say, no, I want 100 crore. So you go on, go to Ambani also. Are you happy with the turnover? He will say, no, I am not happy at all with the turnover. So he wants another 1,000 crores. That will make me a little more happier. That's all. Not happy completely, satisfied. So the point what I'm trying to raise over here is, they are all created by our own self, by our own desires, which do not exist. So these 3 problems are created by our own mind. This basically, the last one is created by the mind. So Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, they are true problems. And other than that, what are the problems? Birth, death, old age and disease. They are also problem. No solution to birth, death, old age and disease. मरने वाला वापस जन्म लेता है, जन्म लेने वाला मरता है. What was 2.13? What? कौमारम यौवनम जरा तद देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्तना मुह्यति. So what does this mean? Dehinasmin yatha dehe. Whenever it gets a body, you get all the transformation of kaumaram, yauvanam, jara, bachpan, budapa, youthhood and old age. And then again you die, again you take up another body, again the same cycle. So the point what I'm trying to, what the sloka tries to tell you or emphasizes, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, these are all problems what Arjuna you are facing. They are like summer and winter, which will come and go. Don't get carried away with that. Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, Sukha Dukha, both Sita Ushna, Sukha Dukha. इसके लिए दुख आप लोग को कभी पूछे प्रभु जी कैसे हैं, तो सुखी हूं, बट एट द सेम टाइम विद इन ब्रैकेट दुखी हूं. Why? What's so dukhi? So this is going to be always a saying like, okay, children are having vacation now, it's sukh. Then school starts, it's again dukha. Then again one exam gets over, it's exam time, it's very dukha. Then again sukha. That is the problem. We are all busy running behind sukha and dukha. Today, if someone is, quote unquote, but it's like even in tough times also we want to go to one movie, we want to go for a resort, we want to go for an outing, we want to find some happiness. The minute you're going to come back to the same hell. One may feel, okay, I had a break in my hell. Fine. Then it is okay. It's a break in hell is okay. Life itself is a series of problems. In the problem series, you may get a break. Like for Mataji, daily getting up in the morning and cooking. 4 दिन यात्रा घूम के आ गया. 4 days I didn't have to cook. I was like relaxed. Food was coming on the table directly जाके खाने का. And then what happens for that happiness? How long does it last? So 4 days or 5 days. 6th day you're back in the same kitchen, the same tawa is looking at you and you're looking at the tawa and it calls you Aja Aja. So these are all like coming and going. So sukh dukha. Agama apenu anityasya. What are the 3 word-to-word meaning of agama apenu anityasya? Anityasya को देखने की जरूरत नहीं, but फिर भी बोलिए.
Appearing, disappearing, non-permanent.
And non-permanent. That is impermanent. Okay. Anitya. Nitya नहीं है, anitya है. Agama apenu. Appearing and disappearing. Appear होना और disappear होना. मतलब क्या है? अगर आप लोग को लग रहा है कि दुख आया है, प्लीज डोंट बी अंडर द इंप्रेशन दुख परमानेंट रहने वाला है. जाने वाला है. जाने वाला है क्यों? वापस आने के लिए. वो सीधी बात है ना. एक तो दुखालय है, दुखालय में दुख होने वाला है. एंड always I give you the example of happiness. What I give you the example of happiness? The time between 2 sadnesses. You are sad X, you are sad Y. बीच में thing is happiness. Because sadness नहीं था. बस absence of sadness is what you call as happiness. There is no real happiness in this material world. In this material world, you can never find real happiness. Because this is dukhalaya. So absence of sadness will give you a perception of happiness. Tamsa titikshvaha bharataha. What is the meaning of titikshvaha? Learn to tolerate. Now, what is the meaning of tolerate? If someone hits you, क्या था वो? एक गाल पे दिखो और दूसरे पे मारा दो. So, what is the meaning of tolerance? Do you mean tolerance means? Today, some people say our country people, it's not having a tolerant people, it's not having a tolerant community. So, what is the actual definition of tolerance?
Tolerance means that in the head you keep your patience and your equilibrium. You don't lose your equilibrium.
You don't lose your equilibrium. Okay, fine.
That's being tolerant.
Okay.
Not giving it back.
Not giving it back. That's not the right understanding of tolerance. If that was the case, the Pandavas should have not fought the war itself. If not giving back was the attitude, the Pandavas should have not fought the war. Draupadi should have not, Bhim should have not fulfilled the desire of Draupadi of killing all the Kauravas. And in fact, who was that who killed the दुशासन. दुशासन का छाती में से खून निकाल के दिया था द्रौपदी के खून पे बाल पे लगाने के लिए. तो how far is it true? Giving back. See, this is what is so-called modern people are interpreting tolerance and all this nonsense. The tolerance here means learn to tolerate your mind's equilibrium, as you said. Maintain your mind equilibrium. That is what it is. Now, it should not be a mood swing from this end to this end. One should not swing in those moods. The mood should be focused. If that is not the case, then it's a problem. So please see to that your mind is in equilibrium. Further, this point will be emphasized in the further shlokas also in the second chapter. The mind has to be. So today you are happy, don't get elated with your happiness. बोलते हैं ना कई बार खुशी कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता है व्यक्ति, कई बार दुख कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता है व्यक्ति. दुख में क्या कर लेता है, कभी आत्महत्या कर लेगा, कभी दुखी हो जाएगा, यू नो. In sadness a man can do anything, and in खुशी और in case of success what happens, कभी बोलते ना इसकी सर चढ़ के बैठी है ना, इसकी success has gone over his head. What does it actually mean? What does it actually mean? This is what it's understanding. No need to get elated, because agame apaino anityasya. If there is happiness also, it is agama apaino anityas. It comes, it goes, and it is not permanent. Your success is also not permanent. Your success is also too small. But we have a feeling, oh, I have become the boss of the company, or I have become the manager of the company, or something of that sort. No problem. Sometimes Krishna shouts like that in between. So, agam apino anityasya tam sthitikshva bharata. So don't get your listening. Who will read the puppet for this? Nitish, please read the puppet.
In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearances and disappearances.
Little louder.
Disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic rejection, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magha, January to Feb. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the month of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of Kshatriyas. And although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge. Because by knowledge and devotion, only one can liberate himself from the clutches of Maya illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relation from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharta signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting.
See, let's read the next verse, then together we'll have a better amalgamation of it. Yamina vethatani te purusham purusha rasabha sama dukkha sukha dhiram so amrutaya kalpate. Here in this verse, there are very words in this verse which are very important. One who is certainly, let me go to the translation. Oh, best among Arjuna, a person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Now, why is Krishna bringing in liberation when he is standing in between the two armies and telling Arjuna, when Arjuna said, I am not going to fight? So, what is the question of he talking about liberation over here? If you see the CDs, what is happening? Now, what has he told? Till now, what has he told? Now, you have to have, see, a person whenever he is sad or he is not in a, having the vigor and vitality to do anything material also, you have to give him an upper goal, a higher goal. Now, he is going to give him something higher now. The entire Bhagavad Gita is going to be a higher goal with respect to what he is actually in the platform of, bodily concept. Oh, my Tauji will die, my brother will die, my guru will die, my grandfather will die. To get him out, Krishna. So we'll start back. So here in verse 2.15, Lord is trying to say over here is how we have to control our mind. Here he is using the word dhira. sorry, he is using the word Dhiram. What is the meaning of Dhiram? Patient. Be patient. Don't get excited with happiness or success. Don't get distressed by sadness, because it's all a part of your life. It is a part of your karmas which you have earned. नास्तो विद्यते भावो न भव विद्यते सतः उभयोर अपि दृष्टो अन्यस् अंतरस तु अन्यसो तत्व दर्शिभिः. What does this mean? Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that the non-existence, that is the material body, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Now, what is the nature of both? How do you understand by nature of both? Yes, Rajesh Balsara, what do you think? Nature of both. What does this mean? Both means here body as well as the soul. That is, one which is gross and one which is subtle. So gross का क्या मतलब है? Subtle का क्या मतलब है?
Gross means this body which is made up of subtle. Subtle means your mind, intelligence, and soul.
Yes. So what does this mean? See, here we are not worried about the mind, intelligence and false ego. Here we are gross. Subtle means only the soul, which is the actual self of ours. The gross is body, the Panchatattva. But we are worried about the body only. When the AC doesn't work, we are sweating. Who are you worried? The soul is sweating? No, it's we are sweating. But what we are concerned about the body. We are not concerned about the soul. That is a concept, because we are always interested in the bodily concept of life. So here it is a message given to Arjuna. Arjuna, you are trying to take care of the body, but you are not. You are going to take care of the body which does not have any endurance. But it is a soul. The soul has got. It is a long-lasting, everlasting thing. But the body is not everlasting. So don't be concerned about the body. See, I explained the Narsingha Katha also. I explained that what makes Lord different to us. We are having a soul. We are a soul which is covered or housed inside this gross body of 5 elements. Whereas, what is the position of the Lord? What is the position of the Lord? So, that is something which is absolute. That is why his name is absolute. His body is absolute. Now, if you cut a part of my skin or my muscle, then you will get a bone inside. Whereas you see Lord's body, through and through it is Satchitanand. The problem is we are not able to conceive because never seen such a thing. We have never seen such a thing. So we are not able to conceive it. That's why many people immediately what they do? Bhagavan is Nirakar. क्यों? समझ के पल्ले के बाहर है. It is beyond our imagination, or rather we can't assimilate it in ourselves कि भाई ऐसा भी भगवान हो सकते हैं क्या? तो what we say, ठीक है, simple way, समझ में नहीं आते. So Nirankar, but he is not Nirankar, he is Sakar. He is very much form with form. But the problem is we are not able, we have never seen any form like that. So we are not able to assimilate that form. That is the problem. And that is why I gave the 5 methods, right? What is that? Tasmat vairene anubandhene nirvairene bhayene va. Kamat, what is that? Snehat kamat va yunjat. Kaschit na ikshate pritakaha. But I had mentioned about the Narsingha Katha. With the Lord, in these 5 ways, you can bond or connect with the Lord. Is it possible with us? If someone wants to connect with you, vairene anubandhene, दुश्मनी से आपसे कोई एकदम हो सकता है, दुश्मनी से, वैरेने, निर्वैरेने, बिना वैरेने, भयेने, डर से सब लोग, if someone may respect you out of fear, they say yes sir, just out of fear, but will he really, you will be connected with him in fear? Whereas with Lord you can get connected. Bhayene, snehat kamat. Sneha means it may be motherly affection, affectionate way in which, or kam means lusty desire. Through lusty means, that is the gopis, they were connected by lusty means. So in this ways, could you connect them? You could connect with people. We cannot connect, but God can connect. But again there is a condition. Na ikshate kaschit na ikshate pritakah. What does this mean? थोड़ा भी किसी और के ऊपर ध्यान नहीं रहना चाहिए, ओनली फोकस्ड. जैसे हिरण्यकशिपु हिरण्याक्ष को सिर्फ और सिर्फ परादेव दुश्मन लग रहा था. हिरण्यकशिपु को सिर्फ एक विष्णु से डर था और किसी से डर नहीं था. 24 hours he was having enmity towards Vishnu. Kamsa, fear of Krishna. 24 hours उसको पानी में भी, खाने में भी, मिरर में भी, सब जगह उसको कृष्ण नजर आ रहा था. So you have to understand that this is how one can connect with God, because He is not like us. हम लोगों को क्या प्रॉब्लम है? We are connected. Let's say someone scratches your car and goes. One scratch. Scratch कार में नहीं, दिल में लगता है. Scratch कार में नहीं, दिल में लगता है. क्यों? You consider my car means it is me only. It's my extension of me standing on the inside the car. So if anything happens to the car, means as good as happening to me. So we are, and what are we actually? We are actually a soul. This birth it is this car. Might be next birth it may be bigger car. That time chalega. Abhi mera car nahi hai, chalega. See, I always give this example. Let's say it's morning breakfast time in your house. You're all having breakfast. Chai nasta kha rahe ho. Or let's say we are, like say we have gone to Deepali's house and Deepali is giving us nice breakfast, and during the breakfast time suddenly on the TV news channel comes train accident, 25 लोगों की मौत. क्या आया? ट्रेन एक्सीडेंट, 25 लोगों की मौत. Suddenly what will be the reaction? Let's say if 10-15 people of us are sitting, अरे वेरी बैड, रेलवेज का झूठ बोलते हैं, 50 लोग मरा रहेगा, ये लोग 25 ही बोलते हैं. और फिर प्रभु जी लो ना, पकड़ो लो, पकड़ो. प्रभु जी आपके लिए हर्बल टी बनाया है, आपके लिए कुछ और सैंडविच बनाया है. What has happened? 25 people have died, huh? But here you are not connecting with those 25 people just because you think only blood relation is a relation. Blood relation or an acquaintance is a relation. But next day or after 2-3 days, her mother falls sick. She often falls sick, right? She falls sick. And then Janvi goes to her house. अरे लेक मैं तेरे लिए गर्मा गर्म पोहे या बटाड़ा वड़ा जो भी कुछ लाई हूँ खा ले. And what will she say? तुझे पड़ी है, खाने की पड़ी है, माँ अंदर पड़ी है, आईसीयू में पड़ी है, तुझे खाने की पड़ी है, और खाने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा है. 25 people died. हाँ, that time आप गटक रहे थे. हाँ, गाली देते गटक रहे थे, बट गटक रहे थे. And यहाँ पे 1 person is the ICU. 1 person is the ICU, but then you are devastated. You're totally devastated. अब खाने का मन ही नहीं है, मैं कैसे खाऊंगा, बस वो ठीक हो जाए, ये वो and all that stuff. Here, what is the difference? The difference is there is a bonding, and that bonding is bodily. I mean, I don't misunderstand that. I do not say that you don't take care of your relatives and your near and dear ones. The point what I'm trying to make over here is there is a bonding which is created because of the bodily relation. Whereas when somewhere 25 people die, that bodily relation is not there. You may pity, oh, I very bad, bahut bura hua and all that stuff. But then that bonding is not there. So please understand, we are always considered, or we are given top priority to thing which is temporary. This body is temporary. One day it's going to go old. One day it's going to get diseases, and one day it's going to die for sure. And when it comes to the soul, for the soul, what did Hiranyakashipu say that day for the soul? What did he say? एक हफ्ते में सब evaporate. What did he say for the soul?
One who takes birth has to die and it will again go to next.
Nrsimha Katha, what did Hiranyakashipu say? Huh? No, that will come in Sankhya Yoga. That is a part of Sankhya Yoga. All were there, huh? Most of you were there.
No, it is part and parcel of the Lord.
इसके लिए आप लोग है ना उपवास करके मत अटेंड करना, ध्यान पेट पे रहेगा, मन पे नहीं रहता है। कान का आवाज इधर से निकल, पेट की वजह से पेट खाली रहता तो समझ में नहीं आता लगता है। हाँ, क्या बोले?
It is a part and parcel of Vishnu.
What did Hiranyakashipu tell to his mother and Bhabhi when Hiranyaksha was killed? Hiranyakashipu ने क्या बोला?
Soul never dies.
Okay. हाँ,
Bhagavad Gita का क्या?
हाँ, very good.
He told that the soul is like the bird who is doing everything and Paramatma is.
That was Yamaraj telling.
It is like a train journey.
Very nice. Full points to him. Very nice. It is like samvasaha, bhutanam samvasaha. How it is the samvasaha? Praptyati is, what is that? Praptasi. 1 minute. Bhutanam iva samvasaha, praptasi suvartate, deva netrene ekatra anubandhat nir-anubandhene swakarmabhi. What does this mean? All come together by Lord's will. We all come as one set of relatives and friends and family. But then, again after some days, we again get separated off. So now if someone troubles you from your family, you can say, oh, just come for me in this birth. Next birth, I don't know where you will be. No, you can't say that. That's wrong. That's not the right approach. Somebody serious thinking, I can say that. कोई सोच रहा था, right, अभी बोल दूंगा घर पे जाके. Then they will fire me only. आप क्या पढ़ा के भेजते हो? हाँ? क्या बोले?
Kansa and Devaki also had similar type of in Krishna book we had.
हाँ.
Even Kansa is talking to her in this context.
नहीं, Kamsa and Devaki story is totally different. First and foremost, Kamsa is not the actual brother of Devaki.
Yeah, cousin.
Not even cousin.
Devaki.
No. He is, if you read the Puranas, then you will come to know. He is Kalnemi. Kalnemi नामक राक्षस था. When Ugrasen's wife, she was moving in the terrace. She was married and she had come here to her mother's place, and she was moving around on the terrace. And this Rakshasa was going in his aeroplane. He saw her and he got lusty desire and immediately had relation with her. And she was shouting, what are you doing, all this nonsense? She said, no, what can I do? I am a Rakshasa. That's my behavior. That's my spontaneous behavior of a Rakshasa. And in her womb was Kamsa born, which was actually not Ugrasen's son. But then Ugrasen was, that's why he represented his father, his own father. It was Rakshasa. That is, it says a different moral that a lady once married should not go to her father's place without any reason, should not dress up very nicely when her husband is not there. In the absence of the husband, one should not dress up. So many Shastric injunctions and relevance are there to that. So that has nothing to do over here. Here the thing is very clear that we are all here coming with bodily concept which is short-lived. I may be a father for maximum, let's say 40 years or 50 years, and then I am going to die. That's it, then my relation terminates. I may be a son, which may be another for 30, 40 years or 50 years, then get terminated. So all these relations are all temporary, whether it be father, mother, husband, child, mother, any relation, it's all temporary. And that's what he's saying, that's what Lord is trying to say here. Those who are seers, who are actually knowledgeful people of the truth, conclude that the non-existing, that is the material body, there is no endurance. And of the eternal, that is the soul, there is no change. There is this they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvam idam tadam vinasham tatam vinasham avyayashrayah na kaschit katham artihi. That which pervades the entire body you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. Here the actual Sankhya Yoga starts. So again, just for those who are not chanting, a reminder. We are in shloka number 7. And what was the shloka I had given? 24. 24 shloka ke pehle, those who are not chanting better chant. Or else bounce nahi, you will not be welcomed here. You will have to upgrade yourself. This is my humble request to all those who are not chanting. This is my humble request. At least 8 to 10 rounds chanting is compulsory. Sankhya Yoga tak samajh mein aayega. Iske baad everything will go tangentially, it will go. It will not go perpendicular, it will go tangentially, it will go ahead. So please, this is my humble reminder request to all of you. So let's read this verse again. That which pervades to the entire body. What pervades the entire body? Soul. And along with the soul, there is something called consciousness. So as long as the soul is there, the consciousness is there. Otherwise, the consciousness goes away. As long as the soul, when the soul leaves, the consciousness also goes away. Is to be known to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. Antvantatma ime deham nitya ashakto shariraha anasino apramatyasya tasmad yuddhasva bharataha. Now again, first reminder he is giving, Krishna is giving Arjuna. The material body of the indestructible and immeasurable and the living entity is surely come to end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. Again he is telling, bhai ye sharir tu maar na maar, marne wala hi hai. This body is in any case. So the material body is of the indestructible and immeasurable living entity. Again he is specifying here, the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, living entity is sure to come to an end. So therefore, please fight. Read the next translation.
Neither he who thinks the living entity, the slayer, nor he who thinks it is slain is in knowledge. For the self slays not, nor is slain.
So what does this mean? Neither he who knows the living entity, the slayer, यानी कि मारने वाला और मरने वाला, दोनों जो is in knowledge. For the self slayer is not is slain, he is in illusion. मैं मार रहा हूं, मैं मर रहा हूं, ये दोनों जानकारी गलत है. Now इसका मिसइंटरप्रिटेशन भी हो सकता है. Suppose जिगर murder someone, and then he says, मैं मार नहीं रहा हूं, भगवद गीता में बोला है. It is my body which is killing you, not me. Then they will hang the body only. They are not going to hang the soul in any way. They are going to hang the body. So, but what that knowledge, what he is trying to give, what is Krishna trying to say is, the one who thinks I am the killer, because Arjuna was thinking he was the killer. So he says, one who thinks he is a killer, and one who thinks he is going to be killed. It's better I better be killed. Both are supposed to be not the slayer. He is not the one to be killed also. That he is not in knowledge. वो ज्ञान में नहीं है. असली ज्ञान किसे कहते हैं? कि जो जानता है कि ये आत्मा है और आत्मा और शरीर भिन्न है, अलग है. या 20 न जायते म्रियते व कदाचन न अयं भूत्वा भविता न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतो यम पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. You know the best part of Sanskrit? एक शब्द के 12 मीनिंग निकलते हैं. One word has got 12 meanings. Now अज, यहाँ पे अजो नित्य शाश्वत. अज का मतलब क्या है? कभी न मरने वाला. हाँ? One who is unborn. Very good. Third, बकरे को भी बोलते हैं. बकरे को भी बोलते हैं. तो यहाँ पे क्या बोल सकते हैं? बकरा अविनाशी है, नित्य है, कभी मरने वाला नहीं है. सो अज, अजन्मा. अगर आप संधि विक्षेप करेंगे ना, अजन्मा को अज बोलते हैं. so, अज ब्रह्मा जी को भी बोलते हैं. ही वॉज ऑल्सो अनबॉर्न. ही डजंट कम आउट फ्रॉम द वूम. ही इज बॉर्न फ्रॉम द लोटस स्टेम. सो न जायते म्रियते व कदाचन. न, never does it takes place. What? The soul. Na jayate mriyate means never dies. Never he does it take birth, never does he die. Na jayate mriyate va kadachan, at any time. Neither in the past, neither in the present, nor in the future. Na ayam bhutva. Never. The having come to this being will come into being. Now what is the understanding of this? अगर कहते हैं कि घर पे एक बच्चा पैदा हुआ है, he has not entered this world. He is just transported from one body to another body. So simple understanding is, what is death? Change of dress, change of address. That is death. Change of dress means not the external dress, this bodily dress. This body is also like a dress. वो आगे नेक्स्ट श्लोक में बोलेंगे भगवान, वसांसि जीर्णानि यथा व्यय, उसमें बोलेंगे कि भाई ये शरीर एक ड्रेस की तरह है, कपड़े की तरह है. तो अयम भूत्वा भविता न भूयः, neither is going to come. Aja, unborn, नित्य शाश्वतो, eternal and permanent. न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Once the शरीर is killed, शरीर को एक बार मार दिया, हन्य कर दिया, तो भी आत्मा कभी नहीं मरेगी. न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. क्या हो गया? So when the body is slayed, the soul is never slayed. This is the first. Now entire Sankhya philosophy has started. Description of the soul has started. So what is the first thing it is? First country attributes क्या है? Never birth, neither death, at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not be coming into being. मतलब हिंदी में क्या बोले? कभी कभी जन्म नहीं लिया था, जन्म नहीं ले रहा है और नहीं लेने वाला है. It is all three tenses में it is going to be not possible. And he come into being, and he is unborn. अजो नित्य शाश्वतो. और सबसे बड़ा एट्रीब्यूट क्या है? यम पुराणो. तो यहां पे जितने भी बैठे हैं ना, सब पुराना माल बैठा है, सबका सब पुराना है. सिर्फ ये कपड़ा नया है किसी का ये कपड़ा पुराना है. रिया में से प्रभु जी आई एम नॉट पुराना, आई एम नया. नो, यू आर पुराना. Vyom is Purana. All the king's kids over here are all Purana, because the soul is from time immemorial. The souls are existing. What is existing? What is new is the body. Might be a male body, might be a female body, might be a young body, might be a youth body, might be an old body. So what is going to change is only the body. This is going to remain the same forever. So please understand this. This is a very important attribute. So if all of you think I am young, I am still young, I can go and go to the beauty parlor and make myself look young. Remember, you are yam purano. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Okay. वदन्ति न अविनाश नित्यतु न एव अजम अव्ययम कथम स पुरुष पार्थ काम गतयत्री हनन्ति काम. O Partha, how can a person who knows the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to be killed? Now Lord is asking a question. When you are knowing all these attributes, the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, immutable, kill anyone. इतना सब attributes होने वाला एक soul कैसे किसी को मार सकता है और cause anyone to kill, किसी और को अपने आप को मरवाना कैसे सकता है? It is impossible. Sankhya philosophy, we won't waste much time. It's very simple and very straightforward. We'll be evolving after 30th verse. The class will go per verse. The lecture will go very far, slow. वसांसि जीर्णानि यथा वया नवानि गृह्णन्ति नरो प्राणि तत् शरीरानि विहाय जीर्णाय अन्यानि समिति नवानि देहि. So this is the most favorite श्लोका for the newspaper वालास. जब भी कोई मर जाता है एक श्लोका डाल देते हैं और स्वर्गवासी, हालांकि उसको दोनों का मतलब मालूम नहीं है. एक तो स्वर्गवासी था या नरकवासी मालूम नहीं है, दूसरा उसको ये भी मालूम नहीं है कि भाई what does this mean actually mean. A person puts on a new garment, giving up an old one. The soul similarly accepts a new material body and gives up the old and useless one. So what does this mean? That, as I just explained, this body is like a garment. बूढ़ा हो जाता है व्यक्ति, एकदम बूढ़ा हो जाता है, शरीर साथ नहीं दे रहा है, रोने लगता है व्यक्ति, बोलता है कब मुझे उठाएगा भगवान, उठा ले मुझे नहीं जीना है. I'm a burden to myself, I'm a burden to the family and I'm not able to do anything tangible. But then finally when he leaves the body, what does happen? What does he feel? People cry, hi, mar gaya. You want to see eternally, you want to be that, you should want him, that person to be in that body. Eternally you should be lying down. We ourselves are getting older. And once this body gets so old, soul finally leaves this body and then takes up a new body. Here there is no law of karma distrust. So someone leaves the body at a young age. What is the understanding? There the law of karma works. When someone dies at a young age. Now, I'll relate one funny joke. One of my relatives used to call, if anyone dies, she is even at the age of 80, 85, छोटे उम्र में गुजर गया. I used to really laugh at that person's statement. जब भी बोलता था, नहीं वो छोटा उम्र था, क्या उम्र था उसका, 85 years में मर गया, 90 years में 90 years ही हुआ है, क्या इटर्नल रहेगा क्या? 190 years 200 years का गारंटी है क्या इसका? 90 years हुआ काफ़ी नहीं है क्या? They know, that's why they're laughing. So the point here, what you have to understand is, we are so attached to the body that we feel that this body is not to be left. And why it is described about this statement is described because at the time of death the pain is immense. The pain is 40,000 scorpions biting together at one time, because एक नाड़ी फटती है, and that pain is immense. And when a person is giving up his body at the time of death, that's when you ask anyone, whether it be a small child, be it old man, nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to give up this body. There are two reasons for that. One is they don't know what is going to be their next destination, which body they are going to get, what type of body they are going to get. And second, it's like, suppose you are staying in a house for, let's say 30, 40 years or 50 years or 60 years, and then after 60 years someone comes and tells you, get out of the house. Can you get out? Will you get out? Arey, my kitchen, my bathroom, my bedroom, my hall, my TV, my this, my that. A person cannot vacate. So when a person cannot vacate a house, how can he vacate this house? The mind and intelligence and false ego doesn't allow him to vacate this body. And the worst part is, it is said that when a person is intensely attached to his body, the time of death, the pain is at the peak. At the peak, the pain is there. So that is why to soothe up one's death, this verse is also written and recited many times, told कि भाई आखिर शरीर है, छोड़ना है, एक ना एक दिन छोड़ना ही है. Don't have that much attachment. That's why many people are attached to the body so much that कई बार लोग बोलते हैं कि इतना तकलीफ में अगर प्राण नहीं छोड़ रहा है. कई बार भी हम लोग सुनते हैं कि भाई बहुत सीरियस है, प्राण नहीं छूट रहे हैं उसका, मतलब आईसीयू में है या वेरी पैथेटिक कंडीशन, प्राण क्यों नहीं छूट रहे हैं? बिकॉज ही इज टू अटैच टू द बॉडी. Okay, with this we'll close today's class because it's already time up, so we can close the recording and